Hello. So, I have completed the trading post for April, which was a bit interesting since I'm still kind of actually just finished leveling, so I was still kind of figuring out end game and everything. So, did a bunch of time walking. So, time walking dungeon, raid boss, did the pet tamers. So 5, did the raid bosses, so did what I normally do, ran the Toll Bard dungeon on 2 characters. There's 3 in there, so run it on 2, get your 5. Did 5 world quests, so did that to finish leveling. Um, Specifically, if you go to the troll area, which I have actually enjoyed quite a bit, over here, well, actually, yeah, where the special assignment is. So over here, there are some daily quests. You can just run around, and they're not too difficult. With the stat squish, everything feels like it's taking longer than it should be. Trying to get geared and everything again, but wasn't too bad. So finished it in I think about 30 minutes. I think was what it was. Yeah. So and then 25 dungeon bosses. So again, doing the time walking. So I actually was actually leveling 2 characters at the same time. So I just kept bouncing back and forth. So my shaman was the one that ran around and did the world quests in enhancement. And then my priest um, leveled in dungeons in holy. So not too bad. Then complete 10 quests. So that was from a variety of things, from doing um, probably what would I have done? So there were dailies, there were some world quests. Yeah, probably like I did some pet battle quests, things like that. So quests pretty much count for everything as long as they give you experience. So are not trivial. So you can't go on a high level character and go to a low level zone, things like that. But yeah. So then did 5 battlegrounds. So as I've said before, if you do the training grounds, which is just a group of players against AI, that will count for any achievements you well, I say achievements, but any of the trading post stuff there. So once I reached 90, I took what honor I had, which is now transferable, which is quite nice, and bought most of a set. I was missing like a weapon, rings, so I used my same trinket. Just kind of used my old set from the last season of the War Within. I just had the basic rare set, so I just filled that in with what I didn't have from the Midnight rare set. So that worked perfectly, perfectly fine. And they give you a nice little quest to kind of get caught up and get started again, which is actually quite nice. And then just finished off the 15 pet battles. So did a variety of things for these. So I started just doing what I normally do with trying to level, and then went back and looked. So the 15 pet battles is 200, and then the where is it? The defeat 3 um yeah, defeat 3 pet tamers is 100. So um that counted, and then I just went and just leveled up just a random level 1 in a team of a couple others that were higher. So yeah, so there we go. So that got the trading post for April finished, and then the reward was a transmog, which I don't particularly care for, and that is kind of going to be the theme for a lot of this. I am just not really all that excited. Who do I talk to here? Does it matter? Do you all do the same thing? Or?
Been waiting for
Yeah,
you.
there you go. So I'd like to see what you have to offer. Yeah, so I was just very disappointed. So I know a lot of people were excited for like the whole like garden theme. Like I know I saw some like druid stuff like that. So you have this reskin mount, which was not. I don't mind it. I've seen some people with it. It's kind of nice. I just mm. This was I think like the first like version. There's a few different things that have this model, but there was a hidden pet that had this model, and ever since then I just yeah, anything outside of like a cloud serpent, I just don't particularly care for. Then there is another one of these type pets, which I really do not, or mounts, which I really do not care for. And then a lot of this is just recolor. So we have some sets. Now, I actually do like this. I've been debating this, but it's 400. I don't remember paying quite that much before, and I don't not really using these sets, so I might pass on that. But yeah, and then this pet, which I was afraid, I thought this was gonna be the bonus reward, the post that they make online to kind of preview what the trading post was. This was one of the things shown, like where the bonus reward would be. So I was kind of disappointed. I was really hoping it wasn't a mount. I know a lot of people complain when they just get a transmog instead of a mount, but yeah, I was actually kind of glad this time. The transmog I'd much rather have because it'll go in the list of other forgotten transmogs that I don't use from the trading post. So weapons, I kind of don't mind the staff. I mean, I do and I don't. This is in a nature style that is just not for me. So I actually kind of don't mind the rake. Yeah, but would I ever use it? That's the thing. But I've learned you really kind of have to ask that question. Like, will you use what it is you're going to buy? So this, sweatsuit, probably gonna go ahead and grab that. It says camo. Unless I'm missing something, wouldn't call that camo. That is gray. That is like a gray color, which I already have. And then this, for some reason, witch's hat and cloak, more quivers, which I am going to stop buying for the moment because I'm just not. We went from having too few to having way too many. This chainmail top I'm definitely going to buy because, as you can see, there's definitely options there, and it is just a cosmetic piece. I think it'll work on any. I think it'll work on any armor type. So, yeah. And then I was kind of on the fence with this because it's Pepe's vacation home. Yeah, I don't know. There's going to be some characters probably going to be able to make that work. It was Pepe. I think you almost have to get that. So, and 100, I think 100 is perfectly reasonable for that. So, trowel, another quiver, another bow. Might grab the bow because I do like these simpler looking bows. Another kind of winter hat looking thing. Another mask. Slippers, skirt. I actually do kind of like the skirt. I don't know if it's just because it's on this character, but when I was looking at this, I actually kind of stopped on that. I was like, that actually looks really, really nice. It looks like if you got any of the coats from the Undermine, it kind of looks like the bottom part of the coat. I know there's others that have had this kind of same look, but yeah, something seemed different with this one. So, and green's a color that I do tend to use. That's the other thing is, will you use it, and is it a color specifically that you use? So I think you kind of get in that habit after a while of kind of having things that certain like colors you use on certain characters and whatnot. So, an interesting looking belt. First, I thought it was kind of like the one like witches, the one trading post set that has, I think it was a trading post set that had like the supposed to be like a voodoo witch kind of doctor thing, and it had a belt with bottles on it. I think there's a rogue set that has a belt similar to this, but no, I think it just has like the one pouch and then some very what's supposed to be elaborate look there. Kind of interesting. Doubt I would ever use it though. Not a big fan of belts, so kind of like the design, but I doubt I would ever use it. And then returning is more kind of the nature theme. So there's the hedgehog. I don't remember this at all. It said returning and I had to do a double take. I do not remember this at all. I also don't remember a time where we had kind of the same thing, just in a different recolor from two different ones. Normally they've been grouping them together, so yeah. So that is it. So another mount, which I don't particularly care for, and then just more, just recolors. So yeah, it's a bit lackluster. I'm also trying to conserve my tenders because I've been seeing things that are coming up that I think I would prefer to get more. So I think I will pass on this set. I don't know. Let me see how much everything else is. So, okay, I want the sweatsuit. I want the witch's hat, because I will eventually use that for something. I just haven't really been playing a lot of caster characters lately, so the gold, yeah. I think I got the other, I think this is only like the second one they've put in here, so this might be the start of a recolor thing they're doing. The Pepe offhand, you have to get Pepe's Vacation Home. I think that's just a must. This bow, I think is perfectly fine. This hat I'll go ahead and grab because I've been grabbing those. I do like headpieces, so I will, as I've said before, I will, with some certain characters, I will try to specifically, um, I'll use one specific headpiece on them. So it's worth getting the slippers. Sure, because I've actually used a lot of these slippers quite a bit. And I think I'm going to grab this because for some reason this one stands out. I do like that. Not so much the top or the belt, but that's it. So what are we looking at here? 605. Yeah, I think we're going to... I like it, but I've already got two more and I don't really use them, so... Yeah. This is where the completionist in me wants to collect, but... Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. So, the sweatsuit, the head and back, the chest piece, Pepe's Vacation Home, the bow, the other headpiece, the shoes, and then the skirt. So that's perfectly fine. That'll leave me with 2,000, so I'll have 3,000 next month. I am good with that. So, and this will probably come back around again. So one of these days I gotta buy this diver's outfit.